Okay, so we're going to do surface area of a rectangular prism. And we have this question, we'll call it our first one. A box has a volume of 1,500 centimeters cubed. Okay. Determine a possible length, width, and height of the box. Okay. So let's quickly do a little sketch of a box here. Okay, so there's our box, and we're going to say the volume of this box. So we'll say that V, volume, is equal to 1,500 centimeters cubed. Now, how do I find volume of a rectangular prism?
You do length times width and times height.
Good. So let's say we're going to call this our length. I'll give it an L. We'll call this our width, and this our height. Okay? So I've named all three. So in other words, our formula is V is equal to, and it's the length, whatever the length is, times whatever the width is, times whatever the height is. We use letters to represent them, so then we can plug numbers in. But they're just asking for any possible, right? Any possible three sides. So, in other words, what they're saying is we need to find three numbers that are going to multiply into this, okay? So we have to find multiples of this. That's what they're asking us for, okay? So let's come up with one number. What number do you think divides into 1,500? 3, okay. So what would you like to make 3? Would you like to make the length 3, the width 3, or the height 3? The width. Okay, so we're going to now call this 3, who knows, meters maybe? Sure. Okay, so what that means now is I'm going to actually divide 3 into 1,500. Okay, and what that'll do, we'll do it as like a side calculation here. You guys remember your long division? So 3 divided into 1,500. Does 3 go into 1? How about into 15? How many times? 5. Okay. So then 3 times 5 is, where do I put it? And what do I do there? Good. Bring down the 3 going to 0. So what number would I put? And then we bring the other one down. 3 going to 0. So, okay. So what are we left with? 500. Okay. So we're now left with 500. So in our volume, I'm going to put it over here in red again. Our volume is equal to, well, we're trying to find our length. We know our width is now 3, right? We said it was 3 meters. And we need to find our height still. Okay. So once I've divided 3 in, what number am I left with? Yes. So in other words, I need to now find two multiples of 500 because I've taken 3 out of our 1,500. Okay. And now I need to find two numbers, so one being the length and one being the height, that will multiply to 500. So I have to find two numbers that multiply to 500. So this is going to be a division question again. What number do you think goes into 500? 5 will go in, yeah, that's right. So this is going to be one number. What do you want 5 to be, the length or the height? Sure. So now we're going to say the height is 5 meters. Okay. And again, we're going to have to divide. So 5 goes into 5 once. Good. And then what do I do? Subtract. So what's our other number going to be here?
100.
So what's going to be 100?
The length.
The length, that's right. So now, because we've gotten 100 here, that will be our length is 100. So the picture I drew isn't really to scale, right? Because we said this length is 100 and this is only 3 and 5. But it doesn't matter, this will work. So we now are going to replace our other letters. V is equal to, we said our length was 100. We said our width was 3. And we said our height was 5. What we're going to have to do now is just test to make sure that's our number, right? So what did we say the volume had to equal?
1,500.
That's right. So I'm going to replace V with 1,500, okay, is equal to, and we're going to see if 100 times 3 times 5 is 1,500. So I'm going to bring up a calculator here. There you go. So 100 times 3 times 5. Does it work? Yeah, it works. So we know that those are equal, so what I'll do is I'll put a little check mark on blue, okay? So they both equal. So in the end, in order to find this, we actually had to do some division. We divided some numbers that we knew were multiples of 1500 to get some lengths. Now I could have divided other numbers and got different lengths. Okay, so this isn't the only answer, but this is one possible answer to this question.